Here in Canada, after 7 months of miserable cold weather and snow, we get a couple months of summer, give or take. Finally, you can go out for a walk, go for a bike ride, or heck, even do some gardening. You can finally go to Canadian Tire, wait in the line for 30 minutes, grab some seed, some plants, and some soil. That's very important. Now, soil doesn't need to be delivered to Canadian Tire, so you can go out and buy it. And that is where I come in. My job is to take this stuff, the variation of peat moss, I guess, on this truck all the way from here, Airdrie by Calgary, Alberta, to Whitehorse, Yukon. 2,200 kilometer trip, and that's what I'm going to be starting today. From here to Edmonton first, and then from Edmonton all the way to Yukon. I live in Edmonton, so that's what I'm telling you that. I'm going to make this trip interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting to watch. And you'll see all the challenges that a trucker faces delivering this stuff from point A to point B. It's a trucking vlog is what it is you're about to watch. Anyways, most of you guys watching are probably just people that already seen me on my other YouTube channel, which is probably saying some Punjabi vlogging YouTube channel. This is my first English video. Might be awkward, might be cringy at times, but I'll try my best. So come along for the ride. You'll enjoy it. Let's get started. Right now, I'm just in my truck. I'm waiting for the forklift to come get me because they give me this number. I'm supposed to wait till it's my turn and start getting loaded. This is the waiting area right now. This is where like the trucks park and stuff. There's some here. There's one on the side. Right there. Also an interesting story behind the hard hat that I'm wearing. A viewer from my other YouTube channel actually lent me this hat, which is pretty cool. It's pretty exciting to like see someone that watches your videos and then they come and like, you know, they help you out. Now I'm supposed to give this back to someone from his company, like this truck right here, 14 Star Transport. This is the kind of load I'll probably have or something like this. I can't tell exactly. They just give me papers, man. All I have is paper. It looks like that's the forklift that's gonna be loading me. He just told me to follow him. Then I pulled up to the loading spot. After asking the guy's permission, I was setting up my camera to make a time lapse of the loading. But then another forklift operator came and he wasn't having it that day, I guess. And he created an issue out of nothing and he told me to not record. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what was going on. All right, we're loaded. It's time to get it secured. See, securing this kind of a load is kind of tricky sometimes because some of these gaps that you have right here throw straps. Well, you're about to see it, everything. Like that one right there is tilted towards the back. It'll be a little bit tricky. Even this one. So you have to put 2 straps on the very last one on a trailer and the very first one. So the very first pallet and the very last one. There's gonna be enough space for these 2 of these hooks. As you can see here, there's barely enough. As you can see, I'm pretty much done strapping the load down. It was a little bit of a struggle, but it's done. It's not completely secure yet. I still have to throw like another strap on this and on the front, but I'm just gonna take it to the front by the office and then do all this because it's very windy right here. Now it's time to start heading out. I'm gonna go to Edmonton first. I'll probably leave Edmonton tomorrow morning. It's gonna be about a 2-day trip altogether. Okay, I gotta pick up this mess, clean that mess up, and then we can start heading out. See these little bags right here, they keep coming off of the pallets. Can't be littering on the road, right? Okay, come on. Alright, so this is the next day. I'm about to head out to Yukon, Whitehorse, where I'm gonna go. Right now I'm in Edmonton, Alberta. This is where I live. It's about 1 o'clock here, and like I said, it's about 2,000 kilometers, and you're about to watch the whole trip. I'm gonna go to Petropass to go fuel up, so yeah. Seems like there's been a change of plans. I gotta go pick up another load to go with this load before I get going. I'm gonna go do that first. So right now I'm just fueling up. There's another delivery, or less than a truckload that I have to pick up from here and delivered on the way to Whitehorse in Fort St. John, and I have to deliver that by tomorrow morning. Another thing that I've been recently doing is I do some push-ups while I'm fueling up. Being a truck driver, it's hard to stay fit, so whenever there's a chance.
Are you picking up?
Yeah.
That's your load right there?
Yeah, that's my truck, yeah.
And we're gonna add to that?
Yeah.
Right at the back side right there, see?
You can't drive in here, man. I don't know how you're gonna do it. Yeah. You can't back in. You can't back in here.
They thought at first they wouldn't be able to bring my trailer in their warehouse because it's so long. But then he's like, 53 feet trailers usually make a turn or are able to. I asked him if a 53 would fit. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, well, if 53 can fit, this can also fit because it's just a 60 with the bend in it, so I'll be able to make the turn in the end. Right now they're loading another trailer in front of me. See back there, they started loading my truck, but I'm just waiting here. And this right here is the turn, right turn, that they were saying is too hard to make for my truck. Yeah, but I think I'll be fine. Doesn't seem too hard. Yeah, if you just kind of go around, yeah, should be fine. Looks like these pieces are going on top.
I told you, hold it.
So it looks like we've added these boxes here, these pipes here, and some pipes back here, plus the metal pipe on the top of the first trailer. Okay, so just gotta secure this down and then we're good to go. Right now I'm pulling into Whitecourt, Alberta. So I'm making my first rest stop here in Whitecourt, Alberta. Just pull out here every time I go through because it's about a 200-kilometer drive, 2 hours. So in those 2 hours, the load kind of like settles in. This is a good time to check for any kind of like unstable, like this one right here. See what I mean? This wasn't secure enough, so the strap is coming loose. And just like that, there's some other straps along the truck that have probably gotten loose. Yeah, there's another one. I see another one right there. So this one, I know for a fact it slipped off of that pallet and just went into a little ditch. And another thing, there's a inspection station just across the city. So it's best to make a stop here and just check, see if everything's looking good. It's always good to do a walk around or a check. And that's my job, to make sure everything is secure, and that's what I'm gonna do now. So got some coffee from here and it's time to head out of this town. The scale getting out of Whitecourt was open. That's the flashing lights you see here. Hopefully there's no issues with my truck. Drove for about 3 hours and then this happened. I'm starting to see pretty dense fog right now. I think that's my cue to pull over for the night. It's about 2 o'clock. Well, it's about 1:30. Got to the first truck stop and fell asleep. And now this is next morning. Okay, so I made it up to Dawson Creek, BC last night, driving through the night. There's a co-op car lock here. It's a truck stop and there's a convenience store. I'm about to head to the convenience store to get some coffee, maybe even. Or brush my teeth and stuff, wash my face, get freshened up, get going. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. I got here at around 2 last night, so I slept for about 8 hours.
Hello.
Hello. Do you have the washroom here?
Washroom is over that side.
Just before I get to Fort St. John, I'm facing the first steep hill. This is a pretty steep hill actually. This is how steep the hill is. Starts at 6% and then 10 and 5 and then 6% again. So it's pretty steep. It's about 5 kilometers downhill. Yeah, downhill for me. For anyone that doesn't know, for a truck driver, it's important to see if all the brakes are in good working condition. And there's actually like a brake check advisory board right here for us to follow. The compressor is good, push rods travel, no audible air leaks, glad hand and everything is secure. I gotta make sure the truck will stop, right? Can't just keep rolling down the hill. The brakes on my truck are good, so I can keep going. I've done a walk around, there's no leaks or anything. I've gone under it, there's no problems.
Your destination is on the right.
So this is the site we're dropping off some of the stuff that we picked up after. Yeah, you're good? For the first time this year, I've gotten a chilled drink. It's a maple creamy chill from Tim Hortons. Pretty good. Getting out of Fort St. John, the town that I just did that delivery at, the scale was also open. I got through the scale pretty clean, no problems, and drove for a little bit. After driving a couple of hours, I got to this brake check area just before another hill. This is what the brakes on my trailer look like, if anyone's wondering. So right now I'm under the truck. Okay. Just doing a small inspection in a brake check area. And here is the graph, basically the layout for the hill coming up next. They suggest using a lower gear and not depending on brakes. That's what we usually do anyways. There's no point using brakes on downhill because it's just gonna burn the brakes out. We usually just rely on the engine brake. Try to stay at a controllable speed around 60 kilometers per hour on a steep downhill. And I'll just rely on my engine brakes. I don't like using the brakes too much. Alright, let's get going, man. After that hill, I drove for about 2 hours and I wasn't feeling very well, so I decided to take a break at this rest area. I've been sleeping here for about the past 4 hours. Super tired. The packing wrap off of this bag right here, as you can see, is coming off, which is kind of risky. Probably have to throw another strap on there. Everything else looks good. I'm about 40 kilometers away from Fort Nelson right now. I have to get this shit there in Whitehorse by tomorrow morning-ish. It's going to be a long night for me, that's for sure. Because I'm going to be driving through the night, it looks like. Alright, I'm about to fuel up here in Fort Nelson. It's crazy how it doesn't get too dark here even at around 9 o'clock. Made another stop at a Tim Hortons in Fort Nelson before heading into the mountains. The time is 12:17 right now. I made it to Toad River Lodge. It's my truck. I'm just gonna make sure the load is secure and everything, and I'm gonna keep going. Still a long drive, still a pretty long drive, still a long ways to go. I think this is literally the only one truck stop or rest area that I can pull over into, and then after this about 350 kilometers of just mountain and forest roads. Yeah, I just made it to Yukon. They're doing a COVID check here. After driving through the whole night and a good portion of the next day, I finally made it to the Canadian Tire, and that's where I am right now. And you see this guy unloading my truck, and that is the delivery of peat moss or soil or whatever you want to call it that you can now go get at your local Canadian Tire and enjoy gardening while this very short summer lasts. Please leave your comments in the comment box below. Please let me know if you liked the video, if the video made sense, if there's anything I can do to improve. Your feedback matters a lot to me. This is me only starting off. Anything you have to say will be very helpful. Also leave a like for the video if you enjoyed it. I will be making many of these. And don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, then how would you know, right? Hit the little bell by the subscribe button to get notified every time I post a video. And I will see you then. Ta-ta, bye-bye. Take care. Take care.